Well, friends of Mundo Maldini, here I am in Guerra. The first semi-final of this Supercopa has ended and Barca has won 2-0 against Athletic de Bilbao. I want to comment on quite a few things. I want to analyze the match in depth. You watch the match on Movistar, and tomorrow we have the broadcast between Real Madrid and Mallorca. Of course, you'll also get a video with the ratings and some cool reports about this pretty comfortable victory for Barca. What I liked about Barca, what I didn't like so much about Barca, what I liked about Athletic de Bilbao, and what I didn't like so much about Athletic de Bilbao. There's a lot to discuss. Let's do it right now. Come on, let's take a look. Well, you all know, friends of Mundo Maldini, that we support the city of Ceuta. And in these videos, we're going to see a ton of things. I'm on Real Street. This is where you can do a lot of shopping. There's a lot of life in the city, a wonderful city that you have to visit, with this square, for example, which is magnificent. So, visit Ceuta. It's a city that captivates you. It's spectacular. Let's talk about the match. Well, Barça 2, Athletic Club de Bilbao 0. I have to say that logically. First, the first feeling I have, and I've had it while commenting on the match here in the stadium, which is practically empty, is that we have Gavi here doing the camera work. We see the stadium already empty. It didn't fill up, but there was a very good turnout, by the way, in the stadium here in Lleida. A great atmosphere for this Supercopa de España. Tomorrow we have the other semi-final between Madrid and Mallorca. Athletic Club struggled without Nico Williams and Sanset. Their absence was crucial. It was crucial when he entered the match, and it was really uphill for Athletic Club de Bilbao. And then the absence of Sanset seemed fundamental to me because Unai is a player who can work quite a bit and can cause a lot of damage when the opponent is trying to build up play if he presses well. But I think in the end, those back-to-goal receptions from Sanset and the way he moves made it very difficult for the team to solve. The problem. I have to say that I found Athletic Club de Bilbao to be, I don't want to say disappointing, that's not it. But they really weren't able to set the pace they needed. It's a team that Athletic Club has, a team that presses very well up front, very aggressively. They were never able to do it, they couldn't manage it, and Barca ended up resolving the match, honestly, with quite a bit of comfort. It's true that there were a couple of disallowed goals at the end for Athletic Club de Bilbao, which could have made the score a bit closer, but I didn't see a real Athletic Club. They weren't in a position to face this match practically from the very first moment. I saw a Barca that was way too comfortable. They weren't in a position to face this match practically from the very first moment. I saw a Barca that was way too comfortable. The Athletic Club de Bilbao didn't press the team's build-up much, and Barca played with a lot of ease. Moreover, I want to say something that I mentioned during the Movistar broadcast. Barca didn't need to play a brilliant match, not at all, to win. That doesn't mean the victory wasn't deserved. The victory was deserved. I am convinced that, I say it like this, I'm sure Ernesto Valverde won't be happy. He won't be happy. I don't know what he said in the press conference, but he won't be pleased with what the team did. I'm convinced won't be. And like I said, Athletic Club lacked their identity. I really didn't like the ECUA at all. I don't want to single out players because you'll have the ratings tomorrow, but I really didn't like the ECUA, and I didn't like Paredes at all. Too many mistakes in dangerous areas. The best player for me was Berenguer from Athletic Club, and Barca, without playing a brilliant match by any means, resolved it easily. I say it like this, for me it was easy. Several important details about Barca. Valde on the left wing created some dangerous plays, especially in the first one with Gavi's goal, which I think he played well. In the end, Barca, without applying too much high pressure, managed to keep Athletic Club from getting into dangerous positions. Very few dangerous plays because Barca, as I said, wasn't able to press the opponent's build-up either. They didn't need it. I've seen a Barca also playing at a level quite below their usual level without the ball, and that was with Gavi coming in. Several important details. Double pivot with Pedri, who for me was the man of the match, Pedri with Casado. Casado also didn't have to play a particularly brilliant match. We did see Pedri, and I'm not saying it was a top-level match for him because it was nothing compared to the game he had against Atletico de Madrid not long ago, but I did see several very good moments from Pedri helping Casado, making some really good switches with the ball, and getting into the final third at times with danger. I want to mention another detail, and I really liked Robert Lewandowski. And I know you're probably thinking, well, he didn't shoot on goal. He provided constant solutions for Barca. Barca has a well-drilled way of breaking the opponent's pressure, coming back to receive the ball at many moments, receiving it with his back to the goal. When he moved away from the center-forward position to help the team build up. Because Barca has something very important that I also want to analyze in the Wisecout report, which is that they have a very well-drilled way of breaking the opponent's pressure. Breaking through two lines even. And with that, it's key, for example, the ability that Pau Cubar has to play the ball out. Tonio Mateo is here. Come on, Tonio, please. The people from Mundo Maldini want to greet Tonio Mateo Laos finally, after a year and a half. A spectacular referee, a good friend, a great guy. He already commented on the match with others. Tonio, right. And there was a play, by the way, that was questionable. We saw it later, the touch from Yamal, right? In the end, the goal on one side to Iñaki Williams.
It's strange. And what's odd is that it took them so long, we've talked about it, for all of us football fans to know. It's unusual that the VAR took so long. It seems they had to do a 360-degree turn to find that camera. And with that camera, obviously, it's so easy to referee. I would have only seen it. For those older ones to remember, the additional referee that I remembered.
Yes, that's true. What for?
Well, if this play had worked out and nothing. It's not that it's questionable, but curiously, they took too long to see that touch, in this case by Diallo, clearly changed the trajectory and also allowed Iñaki to be in a more advantageous position and score.
We have an international referee here. For example, Argentina-Netherlands from the last World Cup in Qatar. Here we have Mundo Maldini. Thanks, Tonio, you're a star. Now we're all heading to the hotel. What an adventure we've had with our...
Greetings, hugs, and health to all.
Yes. An adventure that we had with our driver, which I will tell you about one day, because this trip is going to give a lot to tell. Anyway, Barca's victory was 2-0. Lewandowski and Pedri impressed. Lamine Yamal had details. Kubarsin excelled. Inigo Martinez stood out. Barca earned the win. Dani Olmo and Pau Victor can play in the final. They have earned the right to win this match. Obviously, on the subject of Dani Olmo, I already mentioned a video one day. Maybe we'll do something. You know that Dani Olmo and Pau Victor will finally be allowed to play after the final. It was probably Dani Olmo who was already in the final because the Barca player Dani Olmo already has the chance to play, and we will probably see him behind Robert Lewandowski. Anyway, Barca's victory was 2-0. Friends of Mundo Maldini. Tomorrow more, the match ratings and much more. A hug, bye, thank you.